It's not really hard to find DeAndre Davis in a crowd.
My police costume. It got a badge on it.
He's usually the one dressed in a uniform.
Okay. Copy that.
The rambunctious 5-year-old obsessed with police officers dreams of wearing a real badge. So you can imagine DeAndre's surprise when one day last year,
we were sitting out here on the porch and the police car ran by.
the cruiser was rolling through DeAndre's Gilpin Court neighborhood.
I was outside right here. He was driving this way. I raised my hand up like this, and then he went to the parking lot. He turned around, then he came.
The officer inside, Richmond's chief of police, Alfred Durham.
Next thing I know, he comes out in this little police outfit. I said, that's my man right there.
The pair posed for pictures and bid farewell.
Cool. It was cool.
But little did they know,
Yeah, where's DeAndre? Come here, buddy.
What?
it would be the start of a friendship.
What's going on, buddy? How was school today?
Since then, the chief has taken DeAndre shopping and to lunch.
Well, we supposed to go fishing too, remember?
Yeah.
You remember? We have to get you the fishing rod, right?
A highlight for DeAndre,
Hello?
You hear that?
Yeah.
sitting in the chief's cruiser.
He's a man with dignity and respect. He's a man, and you know, he has compassion for people and children.
The chief says what's most important, dropping by just to say hi.
That means that when I put on this uniform, that you never know what impact you can have on a child's life.
Chief Durham says a small sacrifice goes a long way, especially for the little ones in certain neighborhoods.
They're seeing and experiencing things that no child should ever experience.
In fact, during our interview,
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, hold on a second.
the chief excused himself to respond to an incident unfolding
You okay?
in front of DeAndre's home.
Having an opportunity to have somebody appreciate you and someone to look up to you, that means a lot.
DeAndre's mom says the feeling is mutual.
His father's not in his life, so by Chief helping with him and coming and taking place and talk to him and out with him, I mean, that means a lot.
Durham says his relationship with DeAndre will only grow stronger.
To be in a young boy's life, someone that he can look up to, and a young kid who says he wants to be a police officer, well, you know, I'm going to follow him. I may not be the chief of police, but I'm going to ensure that he gets on the Richmond Police Department one day.
The chief and his protege, a lifelong partnership in blue.
You have a child that somebody who wants to look up to law enforcement, we got to grasp him by the hand and lead and guide him and say, hey, you know what? You could be whatever you want to be in life.
Ingram Brown is used to the sounds of gunfire in Richmond's Gilpin Court,
He was halfway in the chair. He said he had been shot.
but she was not used to the aftermath in the lobby of the city's housing authority.
He had been shot in the thigh.
Brown is the agency's HR director who quickly jumped into action.
So I took the belt off my dress and I made a tourniquet.
The victim was rushed to the hospital.
He said no one would help him outside on the street, so he came into the building.
Deadly violence in public housing is the reason why Brown and others are tapping into the problem. One community leader believes he can fight guns with drums.
We have shooting after shooting after shooting. It's causing trauma, and we're not dealing with the trauma.
Ron Bagat heads up the Richmond Peace Education Center. The group just launched the Gilpin Court Youth Peace Team. It's a crime-fighting initiative designed to give young people ages 12 to 19 the chance to be peacemakers in their neighborhoods.
And through the years, we found that drumming is a universal tool for connecting with people of all cultures, all ages, all races, all backgrounds.
Drumming, along with yoga, urban gardening, and conflict resolution, make up the program.
When you live someplace like this, you have a lot of rage. You have a lot of anger, and that's natural. When you're struggling for resources, you're struggling just to make it every day.
And organizers want to send a message that there is another way.
I'm not purporting to know how to end gun violence, but I know how to deal with the traumatic effects of gun violence, and I feel like that's not being addressed.
Paying attention to detail in the clothing business is a big piece of the puzzle.
At Ledbury in Richmond, the clothier prides itself on quality products and people too.
165.
Perfect.
One of the most buttoned-up staff members,
16.5.
beloved Bradley Brewster tackles his tasks
16.5.
with gusto.
I always shake them up to make sure they don't get stuck on each other.
The 18-year-old from Chesterfield lives with intellectual disabilities.
There we go. There's the steam.
But Bradley is overcoming and thriving, thanks to The Next Move.
I love it very much.
The nonprofit is tailored for young people like Bradley.
He could steam shirts way faster than I ever could.
The one-year-old program finds opportunities at banks, hotels, and the Y across Central Virginia.
And they're starting to see that people care about them and want the best for them.
And our light is the customer service.
The Next Move's co-founder, Elizabeth Howley,
Oh, absolutely.
From the bottom to the top.
says clients like Bradley gain invaluable experience and confidence.
There we go.
They're productive workers and they contribute to their team and they add so much to the culture and just to the joy of being on site in that workplace.
What kind of job duties do you do here?
Well, I do steaming, I do organizing, price checking, mailing, and customer experience and projects for them.
50 interns have completed the Next Move's 6 to 12-week classroom and jobs program.
Somebody like Bradley is just so enthusiastic about everything that he's doing, you know, and any sort of that enthusiasm or passion, whether it's Bradley or any employee or any customer that walks in the door, we want more of that.
All right.
The ultimate goal, full-time employment and independence. For Bradley, he could not be more grateful.
I will do everything I can to make it good.
Whether it's at the front desk,
I appreciate your help.
It was no problem.
Or customer service. Bradley's colleagues say his work ethic is second to none.
Anything on a computer is really a strong point for him, and I can see him being a huge boon to any company.
Bradley Brewster, a young man who is finding that given the chance,
It has been amazing working with Bradley.
he really is the right fit.
I love very much to work here. And it's a really nice place.
Claire Sander is doing some hardcore training.
Obviously, I'm addicted to running.
Her fix is long distance, a passion that started in high school.
I was actually the Massachusetts state champion back in my heyday.
Claire's path would eventually lead to Richmond.
I ran at VCU, so we used to tear up Monument.
Claire's next hurdle would be the granddaddy of all races.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna crush it, yeah.
In April, it will be Claire's second trip to the Boston Marathon, but it won't be her toughest challenge.
My head kind of went to a dark place.
Back in May, the 40-year-old West End mom went in for a routine mammogram.
That visit, I felt great. I, bopped in. I was in the best shape of my life.
But doctors found a tumor in her left breast. It was caught early, but the diagnosis had her immediately thinking about her 2 young children.
I asked God, I was like, if you will get me to 60 and let me see them grow up, I'll do something and, give back.
Cleaning houses is how Claire is giving back. Almost 3 months after she had a double mastectomy and reconstructive surgery, Claire's trying to help other women in her shoes. Claire is donating 10% of each house cleaning to local organization Reach Out for Life.
People, feel like they're giving back too. It's like they can get their house clean, but a percentage of that is going to pay for someone to get a mammogram.
Claire believes her routine mammogram saved her life and wants the same for others.
Early detection is so key.
Claire's next challenge is one she signed up for, while savoring every step and everything along the way.
And they provide mammograms. Hey, birdies!
That's a good drive.
Man, unbelievable. That's a 3-wood.
Sarah Williams and Vernon Abbott take great pride in their play-by-play.
Oh, that ain't good. That's not
right.
good. Right side, yeah.
These golf fanatics have the best seats in the house.
Wow.
At the first tee of the Dominion Energy Charity Classic,
Yep, Stephen Ames and BJ.
the Richmonders find themselves within a club length of the most popular senior golfers on tour.
What's up, McCarran?
Sarah knows this course better than the pros.
Did you see how low his hands were?
She has been a member here since she was no bigger than a golf bag.
Great weather. I'm in heaven. Can't get enough of it.
Sarah appreciates the finer points of the game from head
Fred Funk. And yesterday I got VJ Singh.
to toe.
I love his shoes.
Sarah is waiting patiently for her favorite athletes to tee off.
Go, Scotty!
Her passion for golf is surprising, since Sarah despised the game early on.
I was forced to play golf when I was very young, like forced, and I hated it.
Who are you waiting for here today?
Bernard Longer, Scotty McCarran.
While Longer and McCarran may be the pros, they're no match for Sarah's biggest influence in golf, her mom Nancy.
They want to go see your trophies.
Ladies champ 11 times with 9 hole-in-ones under her belt.
No, but it starts here and
Nancy
goes
Wims,
over
Nancy
here.
Wims, Nancy Wims, Nancy Wims.
Nancy's legacy on the links is secure
I started when I was 2 when she shoved a club in my hand.
on the country club's wall of fame.
And now she's taking it up again, which is great because she should be out there.
As far as catching her mom's record,
I don't have enough hours in my life to catch up.
with guidance from her mother and the pros,
I don't know. It's something about trying to master something that I know I'll never master.
Sarah Williams is finally acing
Perfect.
her newfound love of the game.
If I can actually hit a straight ball every once in a while, keep it in the fairway, sink a putt, it's kind of nice.
Infer, Leo? Middle and high school students in Petersburg can now solve a problem.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
On a Chromebook instead of using a traditional textbook.
Oh, yeah, that's real good.
Their teachers can visit a store for free school supplies.
You ready to read? The perfect place?
And school leaders say students will soon be mentored by nearly 1,000 community volunteers.
Cheeks in.
But like any good musician,
Ready, and.
the superintendent of Petersburg City Schools recognizes the system
We have a steep hill to climb.
needs a tune-up.
None of our schools are fully accredited this year.
Speaking to a coalition of people who provide wraparound services to Petersburg schools,
Hopefully everybody is happy and we move forward.
Dr. Marcus Newsom subtly referenced the system's recent SOL cheating scandal.
Walnut Hill was only 2 students short in science. And I'm glad they didn't do anything that was irregular to get those 2 students across.
The meeting highlights some of the efforts made by Newsom to improve the city's schools since taking over the job a year and a half ago.
It's a new day for our students, and we think that they'll be engaged in a way that perhaps some were not engaged in the past.
But first, Newsom says he had to root out problems that started before his tenure, including cheating.
Prior to coming to Petersburg, I had heard rumors about cheating. And I shared that with officials at the state over a year ago. And I shared with our leadership here that it would not be tolerated.
Newsom says an allegation of cheating at AP Hill Elementary School in June led him to request that the state come in to investigate.
We investigated thoroughly.
5 teachers ended up being fired, and the principal, Corey Reddick,
I started at AP Hill in 2013.
was moved to Petersburg High School, where she is now an assistant principal.
So you feel confident in the personnel decisions that you made based on this entire investigation?
We made a decision that based on the evidence, we would hold people accountable, and the evidence led us to the decisions that we made.
Yet a CBS 6 investigation raised questions about the decision to retain Reddick.
A copy of this.
A former AP Hill teacher who reported possible SOL cheating to the state back in 2015 says he believes Reddick was aware of what was happening.
I think she knew. I really think she knew.
And documents uncovered by CBS 6 show teachers interviewed by investigators indicated the same thing. One said, quote, "No chance Reddick Parham, the assistant principal, no way they don't know what is going on," end quote.
Are you confident that she did not have knowledge of the cheating?
We don't discuss specific personnel decisions, but I will say that we made decisions that were in the best interest of our students and we made decisions in consultation with our colleagues at the state.
Newsom said he could not specifically address the allegations raised by the former teacher because that took place before his tenure in Petersburg. He did, however, respond to allegations made during the investigation that Reddick attempted to intimidate teachers.
Do you feel like that possibly impacted the investigation at all in a negative way?
We have no concerns about how the investigation was conducted. As a matter of fact, I commend our team for the outstanding work that they did to get to the results that we got.
1, 2.
Now, Newsom says he looks forward to getting results for his students.
Down to D. Okay. It's okay.